Dream United played Bangalore Super Division for the first time in the season of 2018.
The journey for me and for all of us has been an enjoyable and a challenging one. I've seen young kids growing to fine young men, and that is the most satisfying for me.
When COVID-19 struck, the football community also took a hit. Being a part of it, we had an uphill task to find ourselves back in the scheme of things. The very soul of Dream United was in the academy. We have always been driven by our developmental goals. After 2 long years without running the academy, it was time to step up, rethink, reimagine, and rebuild Dream United Football Club. That was our only way to confront the challenge. We made a dramatic shift in our model to create a short-term plan. In the process, Dream United evolved from being a developmental academy to a competitive football club. One thing we will always be proud of is the fact that we never compromised on our core values, no matter what the challenges were. We will never just buy players for the sake of results. Dream United is what it is because of the people involved in it, and the ones who stuck with us through thick and thin.
I've been part of Dream United for the past 6 years now. Over this period, there has been different patches of me as a player, both as a starting 11 player or as a reserve team player. But the values taken from here, the values of creating friendships and receiving advices from the coaches involved in this academy, goes a long way for me, both as a person and as well as a player.
This season, we had to put up a team, getting our senior players together who also shared a sense of competitive football.
Sir gave me a call and asked me if I could help him with recruiting of players for the new season, and I thought it was a great opportunity for the boys back home. Hence, Sir flew down and we selected a few boys from West Bengal. Even I was thrilled to be a part of that team after coming back from a different club.
Now when we say senior players from the stables of Dream United, these are the ones who are addressed so at the age of 22 or 23. Remember, they're really young still. The key to reorganize this team was how quickly we could adapt and make decisions on what the future holds. We employed a makeshift strategy, onboarding players from youth academies, which would prove to make us a much more resilient team. After all, it was always about giving a fair chance to every player.
We represented Mysore Vijayanagar Football Club in last year's C Division. That is when we decided to take up the step and play in the Bangalore Super Division. It was really hard initially, where we had to travel all the way from Mysore to Bangalore and look after our academic responsibilities at the same time. But in the end, I think it was all worth it.
I'm very glad that I have managed to score goals and have assists in the first year of my Super Division. Although I had to face injuries in the mid-season and had to do rehab, I still managed to make it to the first 11 and help my team to be in a better position in the league.
After a couple of months training in Dream United, I got a chance to represent Karnataka in 36 national games. So after coming back from that, Sharat sir was helpful for getting me back into the squad and make my debut.
Although it was my first season in the Bangalore Super Division, Sharat sir gave me an opportunity to play multiple positions, and it was a huge learning curve for me, as well as where I completed one of my goals, where I kept a couple of clean sheets, and overall I think it was a pretty successful season.
It always takes time for youth players to learn and perform. Now if you looked at our last 3 consecutive seasons, we had 1 point on the board from 5 matches. We were fighting relegation most of the times. That never bothered us. Developmental goals took front stage. We couldn't retain the players from our 2nd and 3rd season due to the pandemic. In the 4th season, our attempt of being a developmental squad in an ever-increasingly demanding Bangalore Super Division turned futile again. That's 4 years invested in treating the Bangalore Super Division as a developmental platform. In our 5th season in 2022, to add to this, we had no training ground as one of the big establishments in Bangalore shut down. We barely managed to train in an empty farming land. It didn't even have goalposts at the start. We had to struggle through these tough times. We had a squad with an average age less than 21 yet again. Everything went as per plan and we went 11 straight games with only 1 loss. That is personification of competitive football. Funny thing is, we could not have a single picture of the full squad together for the entire season as our budgets did not allow for it. Also, it was the least budget compared to our last 4 seasons. We couldn't retain all our players for the full season as they requested transfers to other clubs. We had to only look at the positives of completing few more developmental goals from here on. Once we were placed well in the league table, we did not hesitate to send our players to be part of other state leagues. It was for their own good, as they would earn healthier incomes elsewhere. Sport is tough, on and off the pitch. We had to face several challenges during the season, with many decisions not going our way. With a depleted squad, we had to face the top teams in succession, with many results going against us. The process is long and hard. We have to do things step by step. It is never about buying players and establishing supremacy in the league tables. The first step is to beat most of the bottom teams and give a good account of ourselves against the top teams. However, we couldn't achieve the latter part this year.
मेरा प्रोफेशनल क्लब था बीएफसी छोड़ने का बाद मेरा 2 साल हो गया। 2 साल में मैं क्लब ढूंढ रहा था प्रोफेशनल, मेरे को नहीं मिला। 2 साल बाद मेरे को ड्रीम यूनाइटेड का ट्रायल मिला, तो ट्रायल दिया। ट्रायल में मेरे को सिलेक्शन किया साथ सर। तो इधर आके मेरा 8 महीना हो गया। 8 महीना में मैं ट्रेनिंग और फ्रेंडली मैच खेला। खेलने के बाद मेरे को लीग में एक साथ सर टारगेट दिया था। साथ सर मेरे को 15 गोल का टारगेट दिया था। मैं 9 गोल करने के बाद इंजरी हो गया, फिर भी मैं खुश हूँ, 9 गोल किया। दोबारा इधर आके बेंगलोर लीग खेलने में मेरे को बहुत खुशी हो रहा है।
We had a depleted squad and we are carrying out this process with less than 10% of the resources required, while still giving higher quality of the game. I believe with the turn of just one screw at the competitive result-oriented football end, we have mostly met the goals of the season. However, all good things do come to an end at some point and need to take a break. I feel in this season my job is done. We have proved ourselves time and again in the developmental space and hold our heads high for giving so many number of youth players to the Bangalore Super Division League. And most of them are playing for the first time in their senior professional career. At Dream United, I've ensured all the processes and systems are carried on for the future in both the developmental and competitive aspects.
I've been a part of Dream United for 8 years and I've received support from the club throughout all these years. They've helped me go to different states, compete in different leagues and represent multiple clubs, and I've been able to perform well and sustain there because of the knowledge and experience I gained because of Dream United. And at any point in my career, if I get the opportunity to come back and represent the club, I wouldn't think twice.